Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I'm Peter Owens, and about 6 months ago my life was a mess. Job loss, landlord issues, you know the drill. My Aunt Ziva Toth, bless her heart, offered me a lifeline. Come stay with her in the old family home. It's a quiet place, a little out of the way, nestled deep in the woods, the kind of house with more creaks than conversations. Ziva's always been eccentric, a quiet woman, more comfortable tending her sprawling garden or solving intricate puzzles than making small talk. I was grateful, truly. It was a sanctuary, a place to rebuild. Then the clicking started. It was faint at first, barely noticeable. A soft, rhythmic click-click-click like distant castanets or perhaps a persistent insect. I chalked it up to the house settling or the old pipes. This place had personality and sound effects were part of the package. I'd be reading in my room or helping Ziva with some repairs, and there it would be, a subtle rhythm underneath the everyday sounds. It wasn't annoying, not yet, just there. But then it became more distinct. It wasn't the house. It was coming from Aunt Ziva, not her knitting needles, not her tapping her foot. It sounded like bone on bone, like teeth or finger joints, but too regular, too precise to be an unconscious habit. I'd hear it from the kitchen while she was cooking, a steady click-click-click accompanying the sizzle of the pan. I'd hear it from the living room when she was immersed in a crossword, a quiet accompaniment to her thoughtful hums. One evening, I finally asked her. "Aunt Ziva," I said, as gently as I could, "do you hear that clicking sound? It sounds like it's coming from you." She looked up from her embroidery, her bifocals sliding down her nose. "Clicking, dear? No, I don't hear anything. Are you sure you're not just hearing the old house breathing?" Her denial was so genuine, so utterly confused that I felt like an idiot. I dropped it. But the clicking didn't drop. It escalated. It became almost constant. It intensified whenever she was focused, absorbed in one of her projects. I started to notice other things. Her eyes, usually warm and a little distant, sometimes seemed to track me even when her head was turned. Her movements, always deliberate, took on a subtle, almost mechanical rigidity. She'd stand perfectly still for stretches, her gaze fixed on nothing in particular, and the clicking would be there, a quiet, insistent pulse. It started to drive me insane. I couldn't focus. The rhythm burrowed into my skull, replicating itself in my thoughts. I tried headphones, loud music, anything to drown it out. But the moment I'd take them off, the clicking would fill the silence as if it had been waiting for me. I started to suspect she was doing it to annoy me, a strange, passive-aggressive game. But why? She never seemed maliciously inclined. I got desperate. One afternoon, I discreetly recorded her while she was watering her petunias, the steady click-click-click clear on my phone. I played it back to her. "Aunt Ziva, listen. This is what I'm talking about. Don't you hear it?" She listened, her brow furrowed in concentration. Then she shook her head, a slow, deliberate movement. "Peter, I hear the rustle of the leaves, a bird somewhere, but no clicking. Are you sleeping enough? You seem overwrought." Her calm dismissal only intensified my dread. She truly didn't hear it, or she was pretending. The clicking became her language, and I was the only one who understood it. It changed. Sometimes it was slow, contemplative. Other times it was rapid, almost agitated. It started to feel like it was communicating for me, and I couldn't figure out what it was saying. The night it all broke, the clicking was unbearable. It was a cold, starless night, and the house felt vast and empty. I'd been trying to sleep, but the sound was drilling into my head from her room down the hall. A rapid, almost frantic rhythm. Click, 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 click. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to make it stop. I stumbled out of bed, my heart pounding, and crept down the hall. Her door was ajar, a sliver of darkness within. I pushed it open. She was standing in the middle of her room, bathed in the dim moonlight filtering through the window, perfectly still. Her eyes were wide open, unblinking, staring straight ahead at nothing. Her jaw was moving just slightly, but her mouth was closed, sealed. And from her, from the very air around her, came the relentless, maddening clicking. It wasn't Aunt Ziva anymore. It was something using her, inhabiting her. The realization hit me like a physical blow. I yelled, a strangled sound. "Stop, please, just stop." But the clicking only intensified, mocking me. In a moment of pure animal desperation, I snatched a roll of heavy-duty duct tape from the top of a dresser, my mind screaming, "Silence it, silence the source." I lunged towards her, my hands shaking. As I moved, her head snapped towards me, a movement too fast, too sharp for Ziva. The clicking suddenly shifted, becoming louder, sharper, almost like my own teeth were chattering in my head. I saw her mouth open just a fraction, a dark, impossible space. But the clicking wasn't coming from her anymore. It was coming from the very air, surrounding me, pressing in on my eardrums, echoing in my skull. I dropped the tape, paralyzed, my breath catching in my throat. Her eyes, unfocused moments ago, were now fixed on me with a disturbing, ancient intelligence. And then, a slow, wide smile stretched her face, a grotesque, unnatural curve. The clicking continued, unwavering, from that smiling mouth that wasn't hers. I fled back to my room, locking the door, throwing my full weight against it. The clicking followed me, now softer but closer, omnipresent. It's in the walls, in the floorboards, in my head, a constant, sickening rhythm. I haven't seen Aunt Ziva since that night, not really. I see her moving, hear her in the house, a hollow, clicking shell. But it's not her. I'm trapped here, a prisoner to the rhythm of something that wears my aunt's skin. I don't know what it wants, but it's here, and it's always listening, always clicking. And I can't escape it. I'm afraid I never will. The clicking is getting louder. I think it knows I'm writing this. Just listen. Can you hear it too?
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.